All right, let's play some Standard. Historic's not going to be here for a little bit. Let's dive into some Standard. This is the mono green Stompy deck that qualified for the last Mythic Championship. It did really well in that event. So just 23 forests, really quality green cards. Big Nissa who shakes the world to top end. Vine Mare is excellent right now. Hexproof and can't be blocked by black creatures. It means it skates right past Field of the Dead zombies. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches here. Cast 30 green spells. God bless Magic Arena. Thank you for enabling me. There's 4 Nullhide Ferox in our sideboard. 2 Mo's. How was Tron? Tron was great. What's going on, Imba? Shield Mystic. I can change it to green. I don't have the ability to change the text on the images, though. Sure. Yeah, I agree, Quintus. Would I like it if Historic cost the same or was cheaper than Standard? Yep, I would. Do I understand from a business perspective why it doesn't? Yep, I certainly do. Oh, we're gonna get Deafening Clarion next turn and it's gonna suck.
I will survive you.
It's been a hot second since I've seen Naya dinos. Maybe I'm supposed to make one of these a 3/3 to play around Flame Sweep. That is the case. Oh, you know what? I drew this. I should have made this a 3/3 so this could evolve this next turn. That's what I should have done. It was a miss on my part. So I could have had a 3/3 and a 4/4. So in total, I'm down right now. Just concedes. All right, deal. That felt pretty good. Just running them down. All right, so if they're... I probably just want all my big dumb stupids, huh? All right. Opponent has concluded they don't want to play Magic anymore. This deck's really good, huh? All right, let's get 12 more like that and ladder up. 8 turns with the matchup. Yeah, Sand looks great. Turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Pelt Collector, Thorn Lieutenant, turn 3 Vivien. Crush. 7 borderless guards. Jerry, thank you for the 14 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Llanowar Elves is a messed up Magic the Gathering card that I will not be sad to see rotate. Hopefully they're not playing Feather. I'd have to imagine Feather's a hard matchup for us. Reckless Rage is a tough nut to crack. I have a shock here. That's sad. Oh, deal. Less sad. Little bit sad because it does mean they're playing Feather, which is probably a hard matchup for us. Good to hear, Tensa. Tenorka. There's no S in there. Reckless Rage. Do 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 beep beep beep.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, we're just gonna crank this up to a 5. And then the question is, do I attack? I think I do. I think this matchup's bad and we probably just need to try and race. If they don't kill Vivien this turn, we can play Steel Leaf and then get that out of Reckless Rage range, ideally. Yikes. That's unbeatable, right? Is it? I guess I get to kill it if they don't have I guess I get to kill it if they don't have a God's Willing. So we'll wait until they have a God's Willing to concede.
I'm made for conflicts like this. We're gonna tear you apart.
Alrighty then. I think I'm going to hang tight and try and block here, because Vivien means I can get the Steel Leaf Champion out of Reckless Rage range eventually. I prefer Naya Feather, but Magic's not a game where we have meaningful objective metrics, so I can't really give you an objective measurement for how much better it is or why. I think I was going to concede this match. I guess maybe with Nullhide Ferox we can steal. Yeah, let's give it a try. Let's get Nullhide Ferox and Ghalta in here. I'm going to cut these Steel Leaf Champions because they just... I guess... No, these just died of Reckless Rage, right? Let's just, like, turn into a Bogles deck. I think is basically the plan. Like a Bogles deck with a 12-12. Yeah, let's try and run them down. Let's see how it goes. I imagine this matchup is awful for us. Naya Feather is not as good. Okay. Oh, Ninja Dave was a frag. Listen, Doctor, you might be new here. So, I'm just going to give you a heads up of why you were timed out. In a lot of other places where you'll play talk about Magic on the internet, just saying lazy, non-constructive comments like this is bad or this is better, that's accepted. And that's what a lot of people do, because putting other things down without being constructive makes people feel good about themselves. Here, if you want to talk about why, especially if you want to tell me I'm wrong, you need to be constructive and specific. You want to say, Jeff, I think you're incorrect. I think this other deck is better, and this is why. Open a dialogue, have a conversation. Don't just take the thing I like and crap on it. That's not welcome here. I think I'm gonna do this into attack for 3 here, so this way I can Vine Mare next turn. Yeah, I think Carnage Tyrant's too slow for this matchup. Yeah, not killing the Llanowar Elves there after I missed a land drop is interesting. It's a bold choice. I'm just like, not sure, like, they have Reckless Rage from here, we could just never win. This deck seems like it's going to be a lot like Vampires on the surface, in that it's just a deck that lacks player agency. Like, the wins that you're going to get with it are going to be because your opponent's unprepared or has a bad draw. And the games where your opponent's heavily interactive, you're just not going to have a lot of play to it. There are literally 4 copies of Ferox in my deck. I'd always encourage you to take a look at the deck list before commenting. Wow. Okay. Deal. So, entering play doesn't trigger Pelt Collector, but dying can still trigger Pelt Collector. Yeah, their hand just must be, they must not have, they either have another feather or they don't have things to trigger with it, right? Sure. Alright, if they break off here, we can get a little bit lucky. Next turn, we can start attacking with this as a 6-7. They debating jumping with Feather? That would be, let's say, that would be an interesting decision. They are, like I said though, they're just like a Reckless Rage away from dominating us. Red Rover, let the Goblin come over. The attack with Feather here is aggressive. Unless they drew a fiery, what's it called? A Reckless Rage. God's willing, sure. Yeah, it fogs one of our creatures every turn. The Steel Leaf Champion does have them dead in 2, though. I guess that's not true. Feather can block plus God's Willing. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with everything here. Or, like, throw in Paradise Druid as well. So, like, they're going to 5 here. Yeah, I feel like... Friendo. They could block Steel Leaf Champion if they would have left Feather back. So because they attacked with Feather, they couldn't block Steel Leaf Champion. Alright, like I said, if we get a little bit lucky, we might be able to steal some of these. Nullhide with one of our 2 Nissas is a little awkward, but the rest of the hand's pretty good, so I think we keep. So, I could have left up the Hexproof here, but a 2/2 doesn't really do anything, so if they want to spend a Reckless Rage on this Barkhide Troll, I think I'm okay with that. I'm just going to let it happen. Double Shock, sure. I was going to get it regardless, right? Wait. If they just, like, have another Reckless Rage, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to win regardless of how many mistakes they make. Like I said, this matchup's pretty impossible. Yeah, I played the Barkhide instead of the Nullhide Ferox because Nullhide Ferox prevents me from playing Nissa. So by sequencing this way, I get to get the Nissa down. Man, that almost felt lopsided enough to be a match of Modern. That was rough. Why is it Bezo Bucks and not Bezos Pesos? Because I don't have pesos. It seems okay. It's hard to mulligan turn 1 Llanowar Elf. Perfect. Let's draw a couple of lands here. Godless Shrines. Probably some kind of Golo stack if I had to venture a guess. Give you like a 4-color Yarok deck. If they Yarok next turn, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, it's about to be a lot of zombies in our future. Agreed. Just a Golo steal. feeling kind of dead. Like, how do... That's not even the good 3-5, and I'm just, like, not really sure I can beat it. Not gonna lie, Field of the Dead is why I took a break from Standard. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like playing with Field of the Dead, it's kind of... It's like Field of the Dead and Vampires are like the two options right now. Yep. Well, I mean... I'm gonna try draft next season. That's probably not a bad idea. Yeah, the Keys' deck just isn't as good against aggro as I'd like. Would be my one complaint about it.
Tear it down.
The land shall conquer you.
I'd get out of the way if I were you.
I don't have any more lands to make with my Nissa, chat. I know I'm out of lands. Why not kill the Golos with Vivien? Because I want to have a blocker for my Planeswalkers. Like, what is the Golos doing? It's literally just a 3-5, right? They need red mana. Do we concede to Time Wipe? Yes. Wow, why didn't they do that? If they'd have done that pre-combat, everything would have died, right? They'd have killed the board.
Watch out. They bite.
Well, we're never beating a sweeper anyways, so... They wanted to keep the Golos? Yeah, it seems silly, though. I think I would have just conceded if they'd done that. Sure, but why do they need to attack my Planeswalker? Like, I would have literal nothing but the Planeswalkers, and the Planeswalkers don't do anything if I don't have a board. Yikes. Oh, that's another good observation. They could have ordered damage the other way. Our opponent might be throwing. That was a questionable attack. It's a shame we didn't draw a forest. We could really use one of those.
We're fit enough to survive.
They took blocks that left them dead. All right, sure. Yeah, you know, you do you, opponent. You do you. Don't let me or anybody else tell you how to live your life. I think I want these rather than these. Rest seems fine. I mean, something that you need to understand to see people, how bad must I be if this is mythic and I'm gold? A big part, the ladder is not an accurate measure of skill. The way it's structured and the way it's structured and with how much variance magic has in it. So like, while if you're good at magic, you're gonna ladder up faster, there is a certain quantity involved in just the raw amount you're playing. I don't have an explanation for why Ghalta's main deck. I'm playing card for card the deck that was submitted to me. I don't really have strong opinions on what's anywhere. Yeah, I mean, if you put your losses in the right spot, I think you can... If you put your losses at the freebie ones, too. How was Modern Day? Tron was great. Abzan Stoneblade was mediocre. Yeah, that's true, too, Doctor. Hitting bad matchups, you slide really quickly. Like, we went from top 100 to, like, low 90s% with one bad run in one day. It is incredibly volatile. So I can go Elf on 1, Elf Barkhide on 2. I think I'm bottoming the Hydra for now. Play this on 3 and get attacking. Yeah, I agree. Sleeve is nice and simple and elegant. What is this symbol, by the way? Does anybody know? I genuinely don't know what that symbol is offhand. It's the War of the Sparkset symbol. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The coloring on it was throwing me off. Yeah, it totally is. Oh, their start's nice and slow. There's a part where they play a white source and then, what's it called? Time wipe me next turn. I can't beat a sweeper this game anyways, so I shouldn't try, right? I should just play this Paradise Druid. They're not going to play a sweeper, because if they were going to play a sweeper, they would have chump blocked this. So let's just put our threat into play. Are you dead? And that's pretty much just like what you're doing with this deck. You're like, all right, slam my threat, slam my threat, slam my threat, slam my threats. Are you dead? No, I think that's really wrong, Aimbot. I think we are incredibly unlikely to win this game, and holding the Druid back is much worse against miscellaneous chump blockers, which they're way more likely to have blockers than they are to have a sweeper, especially after they traded their 1-1 with my 1-1. I think the fact that they traded 1-1s rather than chump blocking my 5-5 was a huge signal, telegraph, that they're not going to be sweeping my board anytime soon. All right, so they need, if they have a land to play for the turn or an Arboreal Grazer, we don't have them dead on board. But if they just have 2 zombies here, we have them dead on board. So Nissa's and Vivien's off the top kill them. They played a land. They have not. They've had 5 lands for a while. Oh, they played field. You're right. They played field. Yeah, you're right. So they're dead. They need a Boreal Grazer. Oh, they could have had, no, this doesn't get life gain lands, right? Yeah, chat's right. They played field. Field doesn't feel like a land, but it definitely is. This is my green deck. I attack with everything. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a couple of Modern or Legacy decks on Magic Online every morning, and then we play some Magic Arena in the afternoons. As always, I'd love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my sponsors here really quick. The Vitamin String Quartet creates unique instrumental string arrangements, everything from Zelda to Zeppelin, and they would love to underscore your next gaming session. You can find them streaming now on services such as Spotify and Apple Music. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You could upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of artwork they already have on their website, such as my own Hoaglandia branded merchandise. Woe Duels is a peer-to-peer wagering network that allows you to challenge other Magic players for money. You get some of their coins just for signing up, and they also run free daily tournaments as well as monthly giveaways. And, of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Chat, we did it. Look at our money sleeves. Look at our money sleeves. They burn money. They burn money. All right. We're gonna get this last orb, and then we're gonna put the money sleeves on. Money, 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 money. I know we were just talking about how nice these sleeves were, but they don't flex my wallet nearly as well. They don't flex my wallet nearly as well. Your forest will catch fire. Oh no. Oh no. Man, can we win a die roll with this stupid aggro deck? I hear aggro decks are a lot better when you're on the play. Seeing still pretty good. You are currently typing in chat, so it looks like you are Subdream. Sometimes to send the notification through, you have to refresh your browser page for whatever reason, because Twitch is silly. I appreciate the continued support. Am I playing Saturday tournament? What Saturday tournament? So the answer to your question is no, and I don't know which one you are referring to. Yeah, hand has all my colors of mana, Snapkeep. Finally get to start watching you live, recently promoted, so I'm no longer answering calls that our IT helped us. Here's to many more months. Hey, Ace, thanks for congrats on the promotion. Good to have you here. It looked like Kisa's combo.
Close your eyes and listen
So
to the sound
let's,
of the wild.
So I'm actually gonna make this a 5/5, and the reason for this is making this a 5/5 means if they drop Kisis next turn, I can kill it with Vivien, which is ideal. leaving a mana up here also enables me to protect this from a Teferi downtick. Hey, Fuzzy Jello, welcome back. The dab emote was such a good addition. I don't know why I dragged my feet so long on getting one of those added. I guess this would have been able to kill Kisis next turn anyways. Maybe I did just miss a point of damage. I don't know, protecting it from Teferi is relevant. Huh? You're a dad, we start dabbing later than everyone else. Fair. This feels like it's been a really good example of the aggressive draws our deck is capable of. Thanks for all the great content. If I could design a card like the Hall of Fame players, what would I go with? I don't know. There's a lot of thought that would go into something like that. Did I get a sweet sword? You do have a training sword next to your name. You get the real sword at 12 months along with the shield. You have to spend a little bit of time with the training sword to make sure you're not a danger to yourself or others. I mean, even if they exile all non-legendaries, my lands and my planeswalkers stick around, right? Speaking of exile non-legendaries, Ghalta sounds great here, right? This seems less good against a pile of 1/3s. I don't think I want Nullhide Ferox. I think I'm just boarding in Ghalta and clicking go. Yeah, I guess that's fair. The last one's in the board to search for with this, but I'm probably -3ing her enough. If I get gifted 12 months worth of subs, do I get a real sword? Yeah, probably. On a streamer's end, I can't actually tell that I'm aware of if you've been gifted a sub or not. And to randomly get gifted 12 months worth of subs, you're probably here a lot, so... This hand is absurd if we draw some lands. Gonna bottom Barkhide Troll. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just run them down now with our Nissa lands. Burn, baby, burn. Chandra Inferno, burn, baby, burn. Do 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 do. Ring-a-ding-ding. Oh no, do they have a Noxious Grasp? Brutal. They must have been having a hard time with this matchup. I haven't seen this deck played in the this card played in the opponent's deck before. Wow, that's rude.
Don't worry, I got
it. Dear Deckmaster, I need to be able to mouse over the sleeves, right?
I'll protect you.
The fandom people playing Kisis had many Noxious Grasps. Interesting. I've never really felt like I've never really felt like I wanted that card in that deck. Maybe I'm missing something. So they have Kisis in play, but they don't really have anywhere to go with him. So my next turn's gonna be Vivien, Nissa a land, Vivien make my lands 4/4s. I guess I technically... Yeah, so if they have another Noxious Grasp here, I've messed up. I should have floated mana and made the forest a 3/3 first. So that way they couldn't kill this in response to this other trigger.
My, how you
I'm gonna go ahead and kill this Teferi because otherwise they'll get to bounce one of my forests. That doesn't really make sense, Captain Jack. If your logic is they're getting unmoored egoed more often, so thus they need Noxious Grasp for green and white cards, I don't really think that tracks, right? I think I just want to kill them ASAP. It's good in the mirror. I believe it's good in the mirror. I'd buy that for $1. So playing the second Nissa out here aggressively, so that way we can make it 2 3/3s over the next 2 turns and turn them into 4/4s. Alright, might be dead here. They did not hit very many legendaries there. They needed like one more so they could like play Mox, play Teferi, bounce Mox, replay Mox. If their last card's another Mox or a Fibblethip, they could get going here. Current queuing to play WoW Classic, currently 8,000 in the queue. An estimated wait time is 240 minutes. Can someone explain to me why? I guess their last card could be a Teferi as well. Can someone explain to me why their servers just don't have the bandwidth? Like, why are there not other servers? Do people want to play on specific servers? Like, why are people waiting 4 hours to get to play WoW? I don't get it. They expect the population to drop. I mean, I guess that's a good assumption.
Watch out. They bite.
The land fights for us.
They underestimated the run again. So there's still like infinite people watching it on Twitch. I pulled it up on Twitch at one point and there were like 500,000 people watching it. They don't want to move servers. That makes sense. No, a streamer of my size trying to stream an actually popular game is not a good business decision. In fact, we'll probably show that next week at some point. I think we're gonna play some Overwatch on stream next week. So I've been playing that off stream and I might fill some extra time with that while the standard hype is low. But viewer numbers won't be good for that. Quiet Kieran, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Overwatch is fairly popular. Yeah, I'm a big fish in a small pond. That's exactly correct. I'm like an average mid-sized streamer, right? Like we had 4 digits. Like my numbers put me into a top small percentage of streamers, but like the people at the very top are huge. Am I better at Magic or Overwatch? To set a low bar, I'm much better at Magic. Alright, Vine Mare. Vine Mare means even if they start making zomboys and girls next turn, we could possibly kill them. Time Wipe. Time Wipe is not very good for us, though. That one is not ideal. Yeah, there's a live reaction video of me reading the historic announcements. Yeah, if we stream Overwatch, it'll go up on YouTube. It's been a long time. If you dig back, I'm pretty sure there's an Overwatch stream on my YouTube channel. But it's probably years ago at this point. Brutal. And again, just talking about like how this kind of deck works. This deck is a deck that I refer to as, in general, it tends to lack player agency. It's a deck where you just kind of like do your thing, and then you look over at your opponent and go, "Hey, opponent, was my thing good enough this game? Did it work? Did it get you?"
Here we go.
Really hoping to draw a creature that this can kill this with.
This place is like a zoo.
Can someone provide the link? You know, it actually might not be on the front page of my YouTube channel. I should probably fix that. If you click videos, it's under videos. We can kill it with second Viv. Yeah, that's actually the line, right?
Stomping time. Oh, I am gonna love tearing this place to the ground.
They can pop Blast Zone. I'm glad you didn't say that too loudly, because my opponent didn't realize that. It's gonna end step Scapeshift us. Doesn't matter. Yep. They didn't Blast Zone because we were dead. I feel like I just clicked submit against Scapeshift. Or one turn slow and beating the time wipe on the draw. That's how aggro decks often are, right? Like, sweepers get you when they're on the play. I don't think this matchup's that bad. Like, they had time wipe into Deputy and it sucked. Like, it's not 100%, but I would be surprised if this deck's not a little bit ahead here. Like, in the games where they don't time wipe us on 5, they're probably just dead. So, this isn't really what I would call a big board state matchup, Jensen. And if I can cast Ghalta, I probably have a board that's killing them anyways. And Ghalta's a card that just forces me to extend even more into their time wipes. Yeah, Steel Leaf Champion and Vine Mare both cannot be blocked by zombies, which is a big deal when you're thinking about how the matchup plays out generically. Both of our top end threats dodge zomboys and girls. Oh no! How do we beat an 0-3, chat? Not by drawing lands. We're doing okay, Roscoe. Stoneforge Mystic seems sufficiently underwhelming in Modern. Standard's going all right. I'm ready for rotation. I'm really looking forward to having Historic around, because Historic being around during moments like this will be ideal. Instead of just like playing Standard when we're kind of ready for rotation, we'll just like play a bunch of Historic. They don't currently have any white mana, so they're 2 white lands off of time wiping us. It's fine, though. We'll do a little bit of Standard every day, and then I think we're going to sprinkle in some variety. Today, I'm going to wrap up with some Warhammer TCG that I've been enjoying. And then probably next week we'll do some more Warhammer, or maybe a little bit of Overwatch or some other games that I've been playing. So, Historic technically launches with rotation, but it's kind of what I would refer to as a soft launch, because there's only going to be a best of 1 queue for it. We'll get a best of 3 queue in November, and all the details surrounding Historic that they changed in the recent announcement can be found on Wizard's website at this link. Yeah, Abzan, traditional mid-range decks like Abzan Hero have been very bad in this format in my experience. And again, we're just kind of in a position where we had a little bit of a slow start. If they have a time wipe, we're just gonna die. Hey, Mail Branch, thanks for the gifted sub, I appreciate it. Actually, I can pump Thorn Lieutenant now, right? The TLDR for the Historic announcement is that they're going to be adding new cards to Historic every 3 months from anywhere in Magic's history. So we could see some of the card names they teased last night on Twitter were Dark Confidant, Brainstorm, Firebolt, Wormcoil Engine. They said on their live interview yesterday that they weren't going to be adding new cards. They weren't going to be creating brand new cards. Yeah. If you didn't hear, people that weren't here yesterday, you should go read the announcement in my reaction video on YouTube later. It's a really big deal. It took me from being excited to just having a non-rotating format to like, this could be really sweet. Yeah, this hand's like, turn 2 Steel Leaf is like about as aggressive as we get, right? Yeah, just new to the format. And I really, honestly, I really liked how open and transparent they were about their decision-making process, because they were just super upfront and were like, we don't have the bandwidth to like create and backcode every card in Magic and entire sets. And they said it would be a bad use of their resources to sit there and program sets that will largely be cards that get unused, which is true, right? Like if they backcoded full sets, most of those cards would never see any play. That's just how Magic works. Most cards aren't constructed playable. Yeah, so they're just going to inject cards that people really enjoy. Yeah, not bouncing the Llanowar Elves seemed interesting.
This might be a bad idea.
All right, step 1, didn't get time wiped. If they have a time wipe here, we're actually going to be pretty far behind. Yeah, I agree, Alaric. And also, this is another happenstance from this, or like a side effect, is that the fact that they're gonna backcode very specific cards that people like means that after a year or two of them doing that, we're gonna get an incredibly sweet cube on Arena. Because they could prioritize putting in cards that people would like to cube with.
It's only a matter of time.
Alright, well that means there's not a time wipe, so we're gonna just push all of our chips across the table here. It's like Pelt Collector, Steel Leaf, shove. I mean, Wizards likes money. Cube makes an ungodly amount of money on Magic Online. I can't imagine how much money a good Cube would make for them on Arena. Can you even fathom? Don't do it. Have a heart. Yikes. Yikes. That's a big crisis. That's a big crisis. Don't waste our 15 good cards. I want jank like Tireless Tracker and Octodad. I mean, to be fair, Tireless Tracker and Octodad are probably going to be good cards in whatever Historic ends up looking like. Look at that. Our opponent fumbled and we killed them. Yay. 92%. Get that. We a pro gamer. I think it depends on the mechanic. Like, I'd venture to guess, like, the fact that Jumpstart's already programmed means programming Flashback is probably trivial. Octodad is Elder Deep Fiend. I would love me some Elder Deep Fiend. That's my #1 request. Dear Watsy, if someone out there secretly loves me, please put Elder Deep Fiend in the first set. Wow, our opponent is number 66? Why are they playing? They should totally sit. If I was the opponent, I would be sitting on my rank. Maybe they like Magic? There's a constructed event queue. I mean, if we manage to win this, it's good for us. Spend your 1,000 gold and play the event. How is Stompy versus Vamps? No idea. Probably really bad on the draw. Our draw was not particularly fast here. Yeah, 582 is probably safe. Yeah, to be fair, the opponent could probably lose 2 or 3 matches and be fine. You know, I don't think we can win from here. Ghalta sounds great. What do I want to trim here? Is it Thorn Lieutenant? This doesn't block a ton of their stuff. Is it a Nullhide Ferox matchup? How do I feel about Nullhide versus Vivien? Where do we fall on that one? Nullhide versus Vivien. I feel like if I board this, then I gotta cut one of these two at the top end. I kind of think I just want to yeah, make 6/6s and Ghalta, just like run them down. Hey, what's going on, Marty? Would Carnage Tyrant be better than Ghalta due to hexproof? Well, Carnage Tyrant costs 6, and Ghalta's frequently going to cost 2 to 3. in. Hey, Power Couple Gaming, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I'm just gonna go 5-4 into 5-3. It's a little awkward with the Pelt Collector, but I think I just want to try and beat him down on the play. Deal. Oh, it 2-for-1s me. That's gross. This card's such a feel bad because you just actually can't play around it. Like playing more things out doesn't play around it, and holding them back doesn't play around it. You just get hosed. You can play around it in Historic with Braidstorm. God bless. Yeah, this deck's felt pretty bad. I guess Vine Mare's good here. I guess. Am I supposed to attack them? Am I supposed to attack Sorin? Sorin's gonna give their other things lifelink, like. And they just like have another Sorin. This really sucks though. Like, they can't block my Vine Mare, but their things have life. This has lifelink, so like I'm not really racing profitably. Maybe I'm just supposed to trade? I think I'm supposed to trade, actually. This, like, grows my Pelt Collector. The Mighty Dunn. Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome. All right, second Vine Mare might steal it. They're at 10. If they plus this, it becomes a 5-6, so there's no reason. I think it's fine, Benzie. I think the reason why the Vampires deck is good is because it has draws that just beat anything. But I think you have draws that are capable of being interactive in that deck. So I'm going to take 9 here and drop to 11. Really? Do they have another blocker then? They have a removal spell maybe? That's unfortunate. All right. Junk. Hey, Eyes Twitch. Thank you for the 12 months of support. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Have a sword to go with your shield. Yeah, the lines with this deck have not been particularly engaging. Vine Mare. Vine Mare's a heck of a card, though. You know? Like we said, a lot of the deck is just like asking, do they have it? And like Vine Mare is a card that requires a very specific subset of its to have. I think I'm going to pull up a bit on the draw. I'm going to cut those because they have... I'm going to cut these because they have Legion's End. I think this is fine. I'm trying to help a friend who's newer to Magic, but they ain't taking my advice about deck building, so they end up with super bad jank. Is it wrong for them to bully me with my good deck? Nope. Teach them a valuable lesson. Any highlights or lowlights? Yeah, I mean, you can always catch the highlights on my YouTube channel, right? There's a favorites league. They have Legions End again, just cast down. Whew. It's gonna be kind of tilted to say 2-for-1 my Llanowar Elves 2 games in a row. Do they have Sorin into 5-drop every game? What? They don't have Sorin into 5-drop? Is their deck broken? I'm worried their deck might be broken, chat. They should contact WotC and request compensation. Narsec Cannon died. Narsec Cannon is probably dead, unfortunately. So we're taking 4 here. Do you have other vampires to put into play? Huh? They probably have like a grasp here. Yeah. We take another hit this turn, but like we have another Hydra next turn that's bigger. Was Narsec Cannon ever actually alive, or was it like a shooting star burning away brightly into the atmosphere? That's probably a more apt descriptor. So I'm taking 4, 5, 6 this turn down to 5. If they have another removal spell, I'm probably dead. Hey, thanks for the half a year, Ferpsy. Hey, appreciate it. Welcome. Donk was a Pokemon deck. Alright, just dead do another removal spell. Oh, we're dead to another Sorin. Because we're at 6. Just like Helix you. Dead to Oathakaya, but that's a card these decks have been playing less frequently. To be fair, Oathakaya is better than Lightning Helix would be in Standard. There's so many Planeswalkers, and being able to bounce it with Teferi is huge. We did Tron people this morning, and it was excellent. This is awkward. Oh, so that plus there means I can't attack into this because it turns into a 5/6. I mean, we're not dead, but I'm in a pretty bad spot, right? And they don't want to Knight block the Thorn Lieutenant because then those trade. This deck makes me miss... This deck reminds me a lot of the green-black Stompy deck we played at the beginning of the season. Only just, like, not having trophies and Legion's Ends kind of sucks. Really wish I just had, like, good removal spells in my deck. Yeah, this kind of feels like an example, Marty, of like, if you run hot and get good matchups, you can win with anything. Like, this deck seems fine, but like, the green-black Stompy deck was fine, too. I do think Vine Mare is a quality innovation. I think if I were to play the Stompy deck again, it would 10 out of 10 have Vine Mare in the 75. Probably 4 in the main. That was a good addition. That card, a lot of the games we've been stealing have been on the back, stolen on the back of that card. Alright, I think I have to take Sorin off the table. I think this has to happen. I think the Keesis deck's a lot better than this one. I think the Keesis deck overall is very reasonable, just for reference. The Keesis deck also had like 2 people Sorry, the Keesis deck also had 2 people qualify with it, so like, that's a bigger sample size. Well, I put Ghaltas and Nissas and Carnage Tyrant in my deck, and I'd really like to draw any of the above. The good news is if they attack with this, I can trade 2 for 1 here. Yeah, any permanent gives them flying and any removal spell is bad for us, so what I'm saying is we're basically in a terrible spot. Yeah. On the stack, we could have thrown Brontodon at the enchantment. Yeah, I mean, we're still not winning. Yeah. Yeah, overall, I was pretty underwhelmed by this deck. I feel like what this is going to make me think of, and I'm going to make a note to do this on the website. Add Vine Mare to Black-Green Stompy. So my big takeaway from playing this is that Vine Mare is excellent, but overall, I kind of felt like the core of this deck felt worse than the Black-Green Stompy deck we had played earlier in the season, just because having some small amount of interaction is like really, really good. Trophy and Legion's End are both excellent. That ending board state there where like our entire ground pounders were just stopped by this vampire was such a great example of why having a little bit of removal goes a really long way in